القرآن قد خصك الرحمن بالفضل والتيجان.
You're watching Guide Us TV. Our program now deals with the subject of questions and answers about Islam concerning the many misconceptions, misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and outright lies and slander being thrown at the world's fastest growing religion. I'm Yusuf Estes, and this is the time for answers to your questions. Our website, justaskislam.com, is ready for your questions 24 hours a day, wherever you are in the world. Just Ask Islam. In a moment, we're going to take you to the website to let you see how that works. But before we do, I'd like to introduce to you our very special guest and Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum, Abdul Nasser. How are you? How is everything?
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. We almost didn't have you tonight. We were scared we weren't going to have you with us, and I was getting really afraid that, you know, I'd have to do this by myself.
SubhanAllah.
Yeah. And we always want somebody with us that really knows what they're talking about.
Inshallah.
I'm the troublemaker. I'm the instigator. But we need to have folks around who have studied Islam. Some of our audience may not be familiar with you and your efforts. I would like them to know who is speaking with us tonight. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to embarrass you a little bit and ask you to tell us about your experience and your education in Islam. First of all, I think you studied in where?
Egypt.
In Egypt. In Cairo and Alexandria?
Cairo, Alexandria, Mansoura.
Mansoura.
Different places. Primarily Azhar University. And on and off, I used to go to Saudi Arabia also and study there as well. But all in general, I studied in Egypt.
So this was for how many years?
This was for 7 years, total of 7 years straight, and then another year and a half on and off going.
So 8.5 years total.
Total, yes. Yes.
That's good. Now, have you been able to master the Arabic language?
Alhamdulillah, yes.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Many times I ask people, they say, well, you don't really master it.
You don't master it. You can never master it. There's over millions of wordings in the Arabic language. You can never master it. However, there is a boundary line that you can rough and edge up and reach. And most of us can reach there within a couple of years of studying.
Now, when we're talking about the Arabic language, we're talking about what's called Fusha, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. Yes.
This is something for all Arabs around the world.
This is from the Quran all the way till now. This is a mediator language that everybody understands. And it's a language that will always be there. And there's always something called lahja or dialects, and that's dialects. Lahja, like lahja. Lahja, yes.
It's the first time I heard the word.
Yeah, it's
Amiya is what I heard.
There's Amiya.
What does that mean?
Amiya,
slang?
that's Egyptian slang.
Egyptian?
Yeah, that's the Egyptian slang.
Amiya.
Yeah, that's the Egyptians. They also have a different way of talking, and it's close to the Arabic language, but there's a bit of wordings.
You know who you're talking to, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm from Texas.
Yes.
And we also speak English.
Yes. Yes.
I used to say I speak Texican. We're on the Mexican border. We mix it up. But to come back to your subject, I wanted to talk just a little bit so people will know what areas of Islam did you study?
Well, I mean, my specialty that I studied through university, and I'm also doing my master's and PhD in, will be hadith. Hadith, the prophetic sayings.
Those are the stories of the Prophet?
The prophetic sayings.
Prophetic sayings.
Yes, that's the specialty that I've chosen. However, there's a boundary line that everybody has to study. Nahwa and like the grammar and different portions of the language that you have to study, and different portion of...
Now, can you study hadith without studying the Quran?
Of course you can't. Of course you can't. And there's a beautiful story of Imam Bukhari.
Imam Bukhari. Now, tell everybody who Imam Bukhari, one of the most...
Imam Bukhari, it's the... If you're a Muslim, you would hear his name throughout your whole life. And every time you hear him, you'll be Rawa Bukhari. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have His blessings upon him. You will hear this all the time, over and over and over and over again. Reason being, Imam Bukhari has one of the most prominent books in hadith. His book is the most authentic book in hadith. There's his book, then there are books of Muslim, and then it goes down the line. But we have the Quran, and after the Quran, right immediately, we have the prophetic sayings, and the most authentic book is the book of Imam Bukhari. And
is it, can I ask a question? Is it true that Imam Muslim happened to be his student?
Yeah.
Is it also true that all of these famous scholars, Tirmidhi, Ibn Majid, etc.,
there is a lineage between them that they all studied through
one the same idea of authentication for these hadith, to be sure that they were correct, to be sure it was right.
To some boundaries. Imam Bukhari was the most strictest.
Well, I'm saying though, the idea behind, for a lot of our viewers, they don't know what we're talking about. Hadith means that somebody has traced back exactly what was said
exactly
to the lips
the way it was
of
said.
the Prophet ﷺ, even what time of day it was, some of the cases, and what was the temperature outside, so many details, so that you could be assured that what you were hearing and even feeling from it would be authentic.
Yes, and what people mainly don't know is that Imam Bukhari, the reason why he reached that level, most of the scholars, they say it's always because his level of sincerity. There's over 7,000 hadith on and over in Sahih Bukhari. And within the 7,000 hadith, Bukhari said, there is not a single hadith that I have written in my book, except I took a complete shower, and I prayed 2 rak'ahs before I put down the hadith. Can you imagine?
I've heard that before. And I wondered how anybody could be not sincere in having gone through all of that.
Subhanallah. So one of the scholars in Egypt said that if a person reached 25 years old and he hasn't read the 6 books of hadith, that person would not know anything of anything, basically. And there's a lot of truth to that, because hadith covers...
In the Arabic language, how many volumes does it take to make up the Sahih Bukhari?
How many volumes does it take to make up Sahih Bukhari? Well,
in Arabic.
Well, I mean, there's different types of publishers, and
so that'd be up to the publisher.
That will be up to the publisher, because I have one that's 7 volumes, and I also have one that's just 1 volume. That's just 1 volume. Sahih Muslim,
but it's a heavy book, and if you open it up wrong, you're going to break the spine.
Well, they mastered the way of putting the books together now. It's papers are really thin. So I mean, if your coffee drops on it goes through 10 pages, and you don't want that. But
please don't talk about coffee in our program, because I'll have to take a break just to get coffee. All right, now we're going to come to some of the questions that we've been receiving. I want to take you guys now to our website. This on our screen right now is our Share Islam project, which is our network for all 2,800 of our websites. Now, Imam Bukhari has at least twice as many, more than twice as many hadith that we do websites, but we're trying. And this particular one is called Just Ask Islam. And if you've noticed the background that we've been sitting in front of, this is a part and parcel of what you're looking at here. And what you can do, you can just, whatever pops up on the screen, it's right now talking about women, the Bible, knowledge in general, which we've just been talking about getting knowledge, etc. Life coaching versus religion for sale. Some people, you know, it's talking about some of these. But some of the questions that we've had, and this is why they're popular, they're on the top. Let's do this. This is call-in. This is people have actually typed in their questions and gone through that. Somebody says, where did God come from? This is a question that we have. And we have the answer right on the site. And what I'd like to do is kind of read this to you, and then you'd like to get your comments, if you don't mind. This one, he says, I have a friend that doesn't believe in God, doesn't even believe in God. And I said whatever I could, but her side of the argument was that if everything came from something, then there was a creator of everything. But then where did God come from? And I don't know what to say. I'm kind of stuck. Now, we have 2 ways of getting an answer to that. Obviously, we're already on the number 1 way. If you could get this far, you're in good shape. But guys, just in case you didn't know it, I'm going to open another one. We're going to come back to this. I'm not leaving it. I'm just going to open another one up. I'm going to tell you that you can find out about God, Allah, by typing God, Allah. In fact, you can do this, just type God, Allah, in a browser line. Just type God space Allah, and it will suggest to you godallah.com. We are #1 out of millions of websites. Let's take a listen.
The Quran is the holy scripture for the Muslims, and as such, it forms the basis for the teachings of Islam. The Quran is in the Arabic language, and it uses the Arabic word Allah to describe the creator and sustainer of the universe, the only one who is to be worshipped. How can we understand the meaning of the word Allah from the Arabic language?
All right, we're going to take this break right here and get back to that. I just want to real quick show you this before we go to the break, all right? This website actually said, what is the origin of God? It's right here. And when we come back, I'm going to click it, and we'll see what it says, and then we're going to see your comments about that, Sheikh. So you guys don't go away. Stay right where you are. We're going to be back with more Just Ask Islam and get guided on
Guide Us TV.
Yeah, I heard that.
يا حامل القرآن قد خصك الرحمن.
Get guided. Guide Us TV.
Welcome Sheikh Yusuf Asnas and the newly converted Muslims.
MashaAllah. Newly converted Muslims. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Oh, I love this. And you can watch it anytime if you just get the apps. The free apps for iPhones, iPads. Also the smartphones. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The smartphones and the Android phones. You'll be able to do it real easy. And it is free. And you can watch it anytime. Wa alaikum salam. We're about ready to give some more shahadas, and you can join us. You can also help donate. Donate online at guideus.tv. Yeah, guideus.tv/donate. Allahu Akbar. And you can be helping these people get to Islam too. Allahu Akbar. Allah gives the hidayah. He guides the people with Guide Us TV.
Get guided. Guide Us TV. Get guided. Guide Us TV.
My name is Abu Hafsa Abdul Malik Clare, and if you don't know, you should know. You're watching Guide Us TV. But guess what? Guide Us TV is available on your phones now. It's available on your iPhone, on your iPod, on your iPad, on your Android, all over the smartphones. It is available on your App Store or your Play Store. It is FREE free. Go there, download it, install it, play it, enjoy it, and share it. And remember, get guided with Guide Us TV. Now available on your App Store, Guide Us TV. Go to your App Store today. Search for Guide Us TV. Download.
يا حامل القرآن قد خصك الرحمن بالفضل والتيجان.
Assalamu alaikum, and we are back. We're trying to present the best answers for the questions that so many people have had about Islam, and helping us do that right now we have Sheikh Abdul Nasr. And do you pronounce it Abdi or Abdul Nasr?
Either or, whatever makes you happy, Sheikh.
It makes me happy just to have you here to look at you and see you with us tonight. One of the things we were just talking about is the subject of where did God come from? What is the origin of God? And to do that, we were looking here on the website, godallah.com. And we noticed that it actually says, what is the origin of God? The number 4 question. These are questions on the left side of this page. Let me just make it a little bit larger for our folks at home. I noticed while I was watching Guidance TV today that it was hard for me to see it, and I knew what I was looking for, so I'm going to try to make it bigger for you guys today. What is the origin of God? Now, what it says here, it says both the Bible and the Quran tell us God has always existed, and there never was a time when he did not exist. As such, he is the eternal, without beginning, without end. He is the only creator, only sustainer. He exists always, and nothing and no one exists alongside of him, nor does he have any partners. He tells us he is, I want to emphasize this, he is not created, nor is he like his creation in any way. Allah, God, calls himself by a number of names. 3 of these we want to emphasize: Al-Awwal in the Arabiya, the first; Al-Akhir, the last; and As-Samad. Now this is the eternal and the one who is sought after by creation, while he has no need for anything at all. He is, and we got this very, very clear, not a man. He has no progeny, no offspring, doesn't have children. He is not what he creates, nor can he be compared to the creation either. He has always existed, and there was never any time when he wasn't existing, and he was never created. He is not like the creation, not similar to it in any way. Now we have a couple of things here. We have the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He explained the devil comes to somebody and says, who created this or that? And you'll say, Allah, Allah, Allah. Then he'll say, who created Allah? And then at this stage, the Prophet, peace be upon him, advised us to drop the train of thought. Obviously, God, the only real God, must be eternal and not created. Now I'm going to advise people to visit the Quran, and we have allahsquran.com. That's another very beautiful program we have. Oh, or you might like to know the tafsir. So if you said, I want to know the tafsir of Ibn Kathir, for instance, and you just type Ibn Kathir, you'll be very surprised to find that very much at the top is qtafsir.com. And the qtafsir, here you can just search by verses and click the verses, go to chapter number 2, verse number, and we're going to go on down. Can you guess what verse number it is? 255. Ayatul Kursi. Sheikh, I'm going to impose on you now. I'm going to ask you to recite Ayatul Kursi for us. And we didn't rehearse anything, so let's see how you do.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
MashaAllah. And I couldn't even keep up with that. You were fast. How would you, now folks are looking at this at home, but I'm going to ask you to try to give us some sense of the meaning here on the, oops, I lost it. Okay, let's just go back over here. We'll come to the Just Ask Islam. Now what does it say here? I know this type of writing. This must be from me because I'm the one who does this kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Muslims, you know, we can't lie about anything, especially our religion. And we have the original sources, the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad, peace be upon him. We just said that we have the hadith. We know them all. That came from the Prophet. And during my answer, if you hear me saying I don't know or this is good, then, or if you hear yourself saying that, then we're going to ask, are you ready to worship your God and your Lord without partners? Because that's the whole concept of Islam. If you said you believe in a God, and if you said you believe in a one God, if you're a Christian, a Jew, or a Muslim, then we're going to ask you just to come together with us on this one subject. There really is a God, and He is so unique, and this origin question gives us the best chance to talk about it.
Yes.
He's one without partners,
Yes.
never created, always existed. But to back it up, and then we quoted from the same exact thing we just saw over there, so I don't need to go through that. But the questions are here, and it breaks them all down for you right here on Justice Ask Islam number 36. I think it'll come up if you just type 36, and it looks like it does. Yep. If you want to do that, you can just say justaskislam.com/36, and it'll take you right to it. All right, Sheikh, talk to us.
Okay. I see the question. We can break it into two pieces.
You can break it into two
break
pieces.
it into two pieces. Yes. First, he said that his friend, lady, he said that she didn't understand the concept of God or if God is real or not. Now, is she a Muslim or a non-Muslim?
He didn't say.
Now, if she is a Muslim, there is a way we can craft her mind back into senses. Now, if she's non-Muslim, there is a different way that we can craft our mind.
Craft?
Yes, we teach her the right way
Okay.
of understanding the path. Now,
So it's not we're just going to throw information at her.
you
We're
can't
gonna-
just give her, like right now, I just cannot give one direct information, and because if it's a Muslim, the only information that we can give this person is what the hadith states us. If there is a train of thought of who created Allah, who created this person, then this person, then this person, then who created Allah, then you stop everything you say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and then you reroute yourself, read the Quran, try to learn things in depth from the Aqidah, and this is the path we can tell the person to go to. We can
But
say
if
to
they're
them,
not Muslim-
but if they're not Muslim, we can't tell them, hey, study Aqidah. You know, we cannot tell them study the creed because this person is not a Muslim. So now you have to tell them about wahdaniyat, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to
Focus on what you
have
call
to focus,
Tawheed.
yes, you have to focus on Tawheed, primarily Surah Al-Ikhlas. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ
Now,
أَحَدٌ.
do we translate Tawheed to English as the word monotheism?
I mean, for me,
Mono
it was-
means one.
Mono means one.
Monotheism, a theist is one who believes, okay, an atheist is one without belief.
Believe, yes.
So a theist who believes in one God is having one
Mono, one,
theist.
yes.
It could be a duotheist, which would be two gods.
Yeah.
A triotheist, which would be three gods.
Yes.
And like that.
So the muwahid, it's a person. What you would say to this person would be very simple. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And now you'll explain to this person how we got to this answer. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to believe that there is only one God. Then you will go back and explain to this person how that our small mind can only see what it sees, and it cannot see, like for me right now, I cannot see behind the wall. And there is a being that can see behind the wall. Like the jinns, they can see behind the wall. Why are me and the jinn, why don't we have the same exact capacity? And then you have to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is a higher power that gave these two different powers. And that higher power is not within his ibad, is not within his people, it's out of his people. And there's a different way of talking to a non-Muslim. But then a Muslim, the only way you can make this person understand what God really means and how strong we believe in God is through the Quran. Through the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you are doubtful, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This is a book that has no rayb. There's a difference between kalimat rayb and kalimat, there's a difference between rayb and shak.
Shak is doubt.
Shak is doubt. ذلك كتاب لا ريب فيه. Shak is doubt.
Clear
now rayb is shak مع التهمة. Okay, what is tuhma? Like if I am doubtful of you right now, I would say شككت فيك. I am doubtful
in
you, right? But if I say أنا أريب فيك, if I say that I am doubtful in you, but I use the word rayb, that means that I am doubtful through you, and I also have a reason to be doubtful. Right? I have a reason to be doubtful. But if I say shak, I'm just doubtful. I don't have any reasons. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the higher word. He used ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ.
So when he says la rayba fi,
That
the
means-
fi it says in it.
No,
and-
rayb, the kalimat rayb.
But fi also
Yeah.
says in.
In, yes.
So when you say rayb, doubt in it, no doubt in it at
At
all.
all, with no reason. You cannot bring any reason forth to have doubt in this book. No doubt whatsoever.
This is why so many people, when they read the Quran for the first time,
Yeah.
are blown away and say, my God, I didn't know. I didn't know.
And imagine it's the same word. وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ. And if you are doubtful, like we said, the difference between doubt, English is very small language. You
Yeah, we
cannot,
know.
you can't really go through different paths in English. But if it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِن كُنتُم فِي رَيْبٍ مِمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ. Rayb, here he says, if you are doubtful and you have reasons, bring forth your reason. And the only way and all we need to do is for you to bring one surah, one chapter.
If you could bring a chapter like
The Quran,
Quran,
then what we're
Then-
saying is, batil.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
And you can't.
And you can't.
That's a rhetorical question, but guess
Exactly.
what? The shortest of all of the surahs in space on a piece of paper happens to be what surah?
سورة الكوثر إن أعطيناك الكوثر
Kawthar.
فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك وانحر. This
By
is
the
3
way,
ayats.
my daughters memorized this the first day that they attended a Muslim school.
MashaAllah.
That we had converted to Islam and
MashaAllah.
went to, I let them go to a Muslim school.
MashaAllah.
They weren't even old enough to go to school yet. And when they came home and they were reciting, I was going, I don't even know that. What is
Yeah,
that?
pretty cool, isn't
so I
it?
had to go get a translation to see what
Yeah.
they were saying.
Yeah.
But I would like for you to recite it again slowly for our audience. Many of them never heard the Quran before.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Beautiful.
Now, this short little surah is the challenge. If you want to go out and you want to try to say that the Quran is not right or somebody made it up, then you go with the Arabic language and you come up with 3 verses like this, put them together and see what you got. That should be easy, right?
Ayah. Not even the whole 3. If they can bring one perfected ayah. Now you see the thing.
Whoa,
with-
wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
No.
I heard about bring a book like it, and nobody can do that.
Yeah.
Bring 10 surahs like
Yeah.
it, and nobody can do that.
Yeah.
And I heard bring a surah like it, but you're telling me bring an ayah.
If you can, this is the thing. The Quran, the reason why it's perfected, and most of the scholars, the reason why they talk about the Quran and they say nobody can reach the level of Quran is because not a single human being can perfect one sentence, one ayah of the Quran. To perfect an ayah in the Quran, now I mean, there is 13 different levels to becoming a perfectionist in Arabic. There is the Nahu, there is the Sarf, there is the Balagha, there is the Urud, there is the Qaf. There's 13 different categories that you have to perfect. Now, the regular person can never bring an ayah, one sentence of the Quran that's equivalent to a Quran. And trust me, a lot of them tried. There is a guy named Musallim ibn Kadab, he tried. He says, Al-filu, mal-filu, ma-adraka mal-filu. And one of the companions said, you know that I know that you know that you're a liar. You see? So nobody can bring anything like the Quran. And
So that wasn't a Muslim.
Musallim ibn Kadab, no, of course not. Anybody that challenges the Quran, for you to challenge the Quran, you can't be a Muslim. Because to be a Muslim, you have to give complete taslim for the Quran. You have to give it up to the Quran and
What
say,
if somebody, I'm going to off our subject a little bit, but what if somebody said, well, I've never been exposed to the Quran and I don't see that it's such a big deal, let me try it. would that make him
No, of course
ineligible
not.
to ever be a Muslim?
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. If this person doesn't know nothing about the religion and he's a new Muslim, and we have seen this so many times, they will actually try to study, and sometimes they'll study alone. And when they study alone, they come up with a lot of problems on their own, and they sometimes fix it for themselves. They don't go back to the scholars. But then over time, they find that this deen is very vast deen, and they go back to the scholars, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them.
I know that we've been talking about a lot of subjects around it, but I wanted people to get the feeling of when you ask a question like this, we have to stop everything. It wouldn't matter if I'm unloading a truck full of boxes of books of Qur'ans. It wouldn't matter if we were in the middle of a broadcast talking about the kids reciting. If somebody come to me and said, I want to know about Allah. All right, stop. Full stop. Everything stops.
And the Prophet did that before. And the Prophet did that before. He was on a member giving khutbah, and then one of the Bedouins came and he said, Ya Muhammad, and he asked him a question about the deen. Cut off the member right after, and he started teaching him.
It's funny that you mentioned that today on Guidus TV, there was the video from when I was in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. On stage with, they said, about 20 to 30,000 people in the audience. I have no way of knowing it. It's people as far as the eye could see.
Exactly.
And the man asked a question about God. Actually, you asked a question about me coming to Islam, and then I asked him a question, and when he expressed, what? And I said, you know, do you believe in God? He said, yes. Then when I asked him the 5 things, do you want to surrender, submit, obey, be sincere with, and be in peace with Almighty God? He said, yes. I said, well, there's a word for that in Arabic. He said, what is it? I said, Islam. And you can see his face. He goes, really? And then I stopped everything and I said, forget this. I didn't come here to play a game or be a famous person. I came here for that man right there. And I got down off the stage. I went right over to him. And the people were running around there, the guys that worked there. They were like, hey, what's going on? You can't leave the stage. And the only microphone I had was the Guidus TV mic. So they couldn't hear what I was saying at all. They had to run and get one guy put his hand up, come on over here and get a microphone, get this. And I asked the man, but you can hear it on our channel because we had my mic. But you can hear me asking him, do you really want to do this? And he said, yes. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. And then I asked him a few more questions, and he made his shahada there in front of everybody. On television at that time, then videos that went forward at the after that, and then on top of that, there are videos that have been distributed on the YouTube and everything else. And now he works today. All of you would like to know, where is this man working today? What's he doing today? He works in a Dawah center, helping other people learn Islam. They're in United Arab Emirates. It's in Abu Dhabi. May Allah help him and help us and guide everybody. We're going to be back right after this. Don't you dare go away, because we've got more to get guided by
Guidus TV.
I love that.
Inshallah.
يا حامل القرآن قد خصك الرحمن.
My name is Abu Hafsa Abdul Malik Clare, and if you don't know, you should know. You're watching Guidus TV. But guess what? Guidus TV is available on your phones now. It's available on your iPhone, on your iPod, on your iPad, on your Android, all over the smartphones. It is available on your App Store or your Play Store. It is FREE free. Go there, download it, install it, play it, enjoy it, and share it. And remember, get guided with Guidus TV. Now available on your App Store, Guidus TV. Go to your App Store today. Search for Guidus TV. Download and enjoy.
Get guided. Guidus TV.
I'm Yusuf Estes for Guidus TV. Are you fed up with watching some of these commercial channels that are out there now? The information that's coming to us twisted or improper and things that we don't want our kids to watch. So that's why we have Guidus TV. And we're broadcasting all over the United States, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, the Caribbean islands, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No commercial interruptions, no advertising, and no subscription rate. All of that to keep it free, to keep Islam out there in front of the people, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, enjoying and benefiting from these great shows. And our live programs coming to us on a regular basis from great scholars in the United States, Canada, and around the world, showing us, teaching us in the English language how to deal with the problems we all face every day from the Islamic perspective. That's what I'm talking about. So we all come away with a much better understanding and a way to deal with life's problems.
Get guided, get guided. Oh, Guidus TV. Get guided, get guided. Oh, Guidus.
يا حامل القرآن قد خصك الرحمن بالفضل والتيجان.
And we are back here watching Guidus TV's question and answer series, Just Ask Islam. I'm Yusuf Estes, and with me in our program is Sheikh Abdul Nasser. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. We've been talking about the origin of God. We've been talking about how to use our websites to find out information, talking about hadith and how we know that they're authentic, as well as knowing about the Quran and there's no doubt in it. All these things we've tried to sum up in a few words. Something you studied for more than 8 years, something I've been looking at and trying to learn about for over 25 years, 24. Yeah. So, but in our break, we had something exciting there for a few seconds. Hakeem Olajuwon, the basketball player, has always been a fan of Guidus TV and the work that we do. And when I saw his phone number pop up, I said, let me call him in the break. He's going to call us back tomorrow, maybe, inshallah, we'll find out. But also, he has another good friend in Canada, another basketball player.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, and Mamadou is his name, with the Toronto Raptors, but now he's retired in coaching. So so you almost got to hear these guys.
Almost.
Anyway, almost, but not quite. Let's take some calls now. We want to hear from you guys. You are the ones we want to hear from right now, so take this opportunity to pick up your phone, give us a call. The phone number on the screen, 1-800-651-4814. We're ready to take your call. Give me a call right now, and we'll put you on the air, and you'll get to ask your question, inshallah ta'ala, God willing. Give us a call, 1-800-651-4814. And while we're waiting for the calls, I wanted to come back to talk about this subject of how we deal with a question. Somebody comes to me and says, Sheikh, is music haram?
Mm-hmm. Best way to deal with that, ask him the question again, what do you think? What do you think? And from then on, you can see what's in his brain, what's in his mind, and you can direct him. And then I've picked up this from one of the scholars in Azhar University. That every question, the person when he's coming to you and he wants to ask you that question, you're not the first person he asked that question to. You're not the second person. You're not the third person. Maybe you're the 10th, 15th person that he asked this question to.
You know, you studied in Egypt, and so we'll come back to that. We do have a call on the air. We're going to take this call right now. Let's get this caller up here. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. You have a question for us tonight?
I have a question about donating. How can I donate to your channel?
Oh, okay. There's a website we have, donatetoislam.com. Donatetoislam.com, and everything is there, okay?
Do you have like an app thing that I can do it on my phone?
That's a good question. Let me check in our next break. Maybe we'll get back to you on that one, okay? All right. So we missed one call, but that's a good question. Donate to Islam. I never tried it. Let me do it on my phone. See, DONATE.
Have another call.
It works. Yeah, you can do it on your phone. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Where are you calling from, and what's your question? Okay, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I've got too many calls on here at one time. All right, caller. What is your? Where are you calling from?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. And who is this?
I'll let you take a guess, but this is Miriam. You should know me by now.
Ah, this sounds a lot like Candace.
Yes.
Is that right? AKA Miriam Strauss. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have another caller now.
I think we got two callers on here. Do we have two? We got two.
I'm the only one.
Salam alaikum. Yeah, we've got well, I think we're taking turns between callers. Our sister,
All the calls are dropped shut.
Mariam, we lost everybody on that. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried to use this phone because it has weird things about it. I'm going to send somebody with my other phone to get it fixed. All right, salam alaikum, caller. Where are you calling from?
This is Aisha calling from Buenos Aires.
MashaAllah. How are you, sister?
Well, I'm pretty good, alhamdulillah. Getting ready for a big fundraiser at our masjid.
Ah, I see. Well, we're coming to St. Louis. Let me think. This week I'm in Minnesota. Next week I'll be in St. Louis, and the following week we're going to be in Turkey for the conference there in Turkey. MashaAllah. So I hope everybody will support your fundraiser too.
It's a delicious one.
A delicious one. Now that sounds good right away. I got to take another caller, Aisha. Let me grab that. Oh, I lost everybody. I keep saying as soon as we're able, we're going to get the full switchboard deal where you push the buttons and the lines light up, and you can take caller number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, like that.
And if one drops, the other one is ready.
Yeah, but right now you have to have phone lines for that. That's where the problem came. Mm-hmm. You can do so much with these phones, but they get to a point. Let me see if we got a caller on here. Caller, salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Yeah, this is Candace. How are you?
Now we got you. We can hear you just fine. MashaAllah, Candace. Do you have a question for us tonight?
I just wanted to give some good news. You're talking about Dawa, about the brother who we see now on your station, everything on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Well, in my area, I actually got some interested women together, and they are actually now meeting when they can at my house and learning the basics. So that's a good start, and just starting in the neighborhood.
MashaAllah.
And I was just seeing, so that leads into my question is, which I've watched, obviously, Guidance TV many times, but I'm just wondering, since I'm starting, besides Guidance TV, what is just the basic that I could help them with, that besides giving them this website address?
Well, I think that's a very good question, Mariam. Let me go ahead and hand it over to the Sheikh, and let's hear what his answer is. Stay with us now, and we're going to take your question and get you some answers, inshallah. Salam alaikum. All right, I'm going to take the voice of this thing down, and even if you guys call, I can't answer right now. I want to hear. She's got some ladies that she's presenting Islam to. Wants to know basic, where should she begin? What should she say? What's the focus? And let's have it straight.
Okay, beautiful. This question is always asked in Columbus, alhamdulillah. And now in Columbus, we're getting a lot of new Muslims every single week, every single day. We're getting a lot of new Muslims. What is the first thing to do as soon as somebody becomes Muslim? The very first thing a person should do is to learn how to make purification, to learn how to make wudu. Wudu, it's basic purification. And the best way to do that is to take him to the bathroom and to show him exactly how to make wudu.
Well, wait a minute. They're not Muslim yet.
No, she said they're Muslim and they got together in the house.
Oh, okay. So they made the shahada.
They made the shahada already.
Okay, but
after the shahada,
I thought we always start with tawheed.
The first thing, when this person already accepted Islam.
Okay.
This person already accepted Islam, and now he's a Muslim. He said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa Muhammadur Rasulullah." He's already in Islam.
Don't push it after that, huh?
After that, don't push it.
Okay.
Teach him exactly what the Prophet ﷺ used to do. When somebody becomes Muslim, the very first thing you should teach him is how to make ablution. You teach him how to make wudu, and you show him one by one. And after that, you teach him how to pray. Now, once you have him on that path where the person is making wudu, and he's learning how to pray, he's learning his Fatiha, he's learning his Quran, and then after that you introduce them creed, aqidah, step by step. Again, you refresh his why he became a Muslim, and you teach him from there on. You say to him, okay, now you're a Muslim.
So you're not going to just leave him running around with thought process.
Of course not.
You got some physical things you're going to get him involved right away.
I've been reading the book this morning, and it was a psychology book. They say for the first 25 days, if you keep a habit for 25 days, that will be your habit for the long run, right? So we have to, as a new Muslim, this is one of the main concerns we have as du'ats in America. When we bring somebody into Islam, this person is our obligation. A 9 to 5 job is not our obligation. This person becomes our obligation. We have to make sure that this person becomes a perfect Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can perfect people, but we have to make sure we don't set up a person for failure. You know, and that's the main problem we have as du'at in America. We like the fact to bring people into Islam, to talk to them about aqidah and this. Now you're bringing them to Islam. Guess what? Now your job started now. It didn't start by you talking to this person and persuading him and making him understand what Islam is. Islam is a beautiful religion, and if it wasn't you, somebody else would have gotten this person into Islam. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's heart would have guided this person in. Now, this person is a Muslim, all right? What is the first thing you do? You make sure that this person is not set up for failure. You set him up on the right path. Wudu, and you teach him Quran, ghusl. You teach him ghusl. This is the main thing, because the person...
Total washing.
Total washing.
Now, we always said that if somebody came to Islam, I would ask them, now, did you have an intention before you came to be Muslim, and had you already made a shower? And some of them already had, because they knew about it. Most of them, though, they never heard about it, so they made their shahada, but they didn't have a ghusl. I would tell them, first thing you do when you get home, take a shower, complete bath, and then realize that this is the old person washed down the drain.
Yeah.
You're a new person.
Yeah.
You're walking and talking. You got your speedometer is zeroed back. You got no scratches, no dents, and you're ready to go down the road.
And the main reason why I'm emphasizing this, and I'm saying over again, don't set up somebody for failures. Don't set up somebody for failures, because a couple of stories that actually I have seen. Some people came into Islam. When they came into Islam, 2 months down the road, we called them again, and they said, you know what, we chose to go back to our old religion. We chose to not practice Islam anymore. Reason being, somebody got him into Islam, and just as soon as this person said the Shahada, disappeared on him. Because it takes a lot to keep somebody in a, to get somebody, work somebody in a pattern.
Yeah, Sheikh, we've only got a few minutes left, and we've got a very big subject. I've already texted out over 300 people and asked them to text to everybody they know.
I have done the same thing as well.
So we could literally have tens of thousands, maybe even millions of people, viewers watching right now, want to know about this subject. This subject, you and I just spoke about it a few minutes ago.
It's an amazing subject.
It's amazing. Yeah, right in the middle of all this stuff, you got these, we've been talking on Guidance TV's Islam Newsroom again and again about, oh, look at these laws that they're making out here, and look at how they're attacking Islam, and this poor boy made a clock and they thought it was a bomb, and another boy had a staring contest with a girl and he goes to jail, and you're like, what is going on? Where is there ever going to be people ease up and say, okay, Islam is a regular religion? Now, Obama has said that. Clinton said it. Bush said it real clear. Of course, he's been overseas. Bush has been in the homes, actually, of some of the top Muslims in Arabia. So he knows it's for real. It's a real religion. So now we're coming to the subject of tonight. Guys, are you ready for this? Did you know? Now, most of you watching, maybe you knew about this. Just a few days ago, it's been posted on the government website. This is whitehouse.gov. This is not somebody made it up. This is whitehouse.gov has on there, and I'm going to give you, take a look. You ready? Watch this. We're going to go to it right now. Boom. It said, "We the people, your voice in our government." I'm shocked. I'm going to make it bigger so we can see it really big. Let's see it. Here is a petition to the Obama administration recognized by the United States government, posted on the whitehouse.gov website. Assalamu alaikum. I love that. It starts with peace be upon you. Make Eid, the Muslim holiday, a public holiday across the United States. As we all know, there are many holidays celebrated across the United States. Holidays that give people time off from work and from school, so they're able to celebrate with family and friends. There's a large population of Muslim people in the U.S. We decided that it's between 6 and 7 million, but that's something else. And the two holidays celebrated are not recognized in calendars to mark these special days. Students are missing out on school. People take time off from work. This is all because these holidays are unknown. Change can only happen if we try. We can't just wait for it to change on its own. So let us all sign this petition and make it happen. One step at a time, we can make a difference for the next generation to come. There it is. And brothers and sisters, when I received this today, it said we only needed 80,000 more signatures. And since that time, when we came online on the show tonight, we found that there were now already 67,000, only leading another 32,762. Let's refresh and just see if anybody else has signed since we did that. Yep, sure enough. Sure enough, we are already another 500 plus.
Wow.
Just in the time I was telling you the story. So brothers and sisters, what is that website address so you can go there and sign in along with myself and Sheikh? We're going to do that right after we go off the air. So listen to me carefully now. Don't go away until you get this. It's petitions with an S. Petitions.whitehouse.gov. Once again, petitions with an S .whitehouse.gov/ and then it should pop up for you. You get a choice there, but it's Eid. And if you want to do that, go to google.com and type in Eid holiday petition, and you'll find it from there. Eid holiday petition. Sheikh, thank you for being with us tonight on Just Ask Islam. And we appreciate all of you for watching, for calling in. And the next time, when Sheikh with us again, we will have more time for your questions and your calls. Until then, get guided
with Guide Us TV.
With Guide Us TV.